Hey everybody, welcome to Board Online, Board Offline. Today we have another video from another channel. This time it's Jay Plays. Now, Jay has a heavy focus on solo gaming with lots of videos on games like Mage Knight, Spirit Island, Renegade. So be sure to go check out his channel. We have a link in the description below so you can get over to his channel and see what all he's got to offer. So here we go.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another playthrough of Mage Knight. Today we're going to be playing a solo conquest with Tovak and Norowas as the dummy player. Just a quick heads up before I start. I started using a new mic, so I'm just testing it out. Hopefully it improves the sound quality and makes it a bit more consistent. But yeah, appreciate any comments or feedback below on the audio quality and if it's improvement or yeah, just any thoughts on that would be helpful. So yeah, I've gone ahead and set up everything as usual. Our unit offer from left to right is the thugs, the shock troops, and then the foresters. And then our advanced action offer from left to right is ambush, blood of ancients, and frost bridge. And our spell offer from left to right is Fireball, Firestorm, Mana Bolt, Mana Thunderbolt, and Underground Travel, Underground Attack. So that is everything for setup. I think we can go ahead and draw our first five. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the cards we get are Concentration, Mana Draw, Instinct, Promise, and Tranquility. So my thoughts here before we choose tactics. Probably going to try and get over to this village and hopefully be able to recruit either the thugs or the foresters, and then take out this guy. Going this way, I mean, it's a lot of movement cost to get over here, and then we have an orc here as well. I think the path here just makes a little bit more sense. We can always come back over towards the monastery here. If we want to, we have a magical glade there as well, and then we can probably explore here and then see where we go from there. So with that in mind, and the fact that this is a swamp, so the move cost is 5 there, so I'm going to need at least 7 move to get to the village. And with these cards, I mean, we could go with yeah, I think we could go with Concentration with Instinct, and then we would need another move too. So what I think here I might do is go with Great Start, to get 2 extra cards, and then we can hopefully get something that will help us get into the village this turn. And then there is a white in the source, so I don't want to use Mana Draw this turn, and I'd probably try and save that for Promise next turn. And then we can get hopefully the foresters or the thugs recruited. So I think I'm going to take Great Start here. And then the dummy player is going to take, I think that one's Rethink. So they're going to go first. Those 2 are out of the game. The 2 cards we get for Great Start are Rage and Stamina. So with that, I think we can go straight into the first turn here. We'll clear that away. The dummy player is first, so we go 1, 2, and 3. And apologies, they have 2 blues and a green, so they don't draw an extra card. Just let me see that. Yeah, 2 blues and a green, so they're not going to draw any extra card there because that's a white. So for our turn, I think I'm going to play Concentration and pair it with the green, and I'm going to use Stamina for move 6, which is going to get us to, we need 7, so we're going to need another 2 move here. 1, 2, 3. So I think I'll use Instinct for move 2, so that's move 8 in total. So we get to the village. We have 4 cards here. We have a block, so I think I'll leave it there for this turn. Or actually I can play Tranquility for 1 more card. So we can go and we get Rage. So that's 4 in hand, and we should be able to recruit next turn. So I'll leave it there for this turn. It's a white. We clear this up, and we draw back up to our hand limit, which is 5, and we get swiftness. So the dummy player, 1, 2, and 3. It's a green, so they get 1 more. Our turn. I'll play Promise for influence 4 with the white, and then I think out of these I will use, next turn we'll probably want to take on that orc. So I think we'll probably want to use the foresters to block for 3, which would completely block it, and then we can use rage with the red from the source for 4, 5, 6. So I think here we can use either mana draw or swiftness sideways. And I think I will use, let's use mana draw sideways for influence of 5. So we will recruit the foresters. We will leave it there for this turn, and that is a gold, which gives it a little bit of flexibility. We have 3 here in hand, so 4, 5, and we get threaten and crystallize. Dummy player, 1, 2, and 3, and it's a red, so they don't draw another card, and it's back over to us. And here I think we're going to go ahead and take on this orc, but we can probably actually provoke it. We could also plunder the village here. Let's plunder the village and see what we get. We get march and swiftness. So with that, and unfortunately we don't have mana draw in hand, we could, so I think here, and apologies, we have a monastery, so we get learning in the unit offer. That should be, so I think here we're probably going to, first of all, play crystallize with the gold and gain a green to our inventory. And then we can play swiftness for move 2, which provokes this guy. And he's going to do an attack of 3, which is brutal. So we'll use the foresters to block 3. So he's fully blocked. And then we can use the 2 rages for attack 4 and threaten sideways for attack 5. So he gets taken out. He doesn't have physical resistance, but he does have fire and ice resistance. So we get a +1 reputation for that. Sorry, we should have -1 for our village plunder. And then back up to 0 for that. And then we gain 3 fame, so we are leveling up at the end of this turn. And I think that will do it for this turn. We will re-roll that. It is a blue. And clear these up. And then we get a choice of skill here. And we have his movement skill and use a wound to, I believe that's draw a card. Yeah, I feel no pain once a turn, except in combat. Discard 1 wound from hand if you do draw a card. And then we also have the movement. So move double time once a turn, move 2 during the day, or move 1 at night. And I think definitely want we're okay for movement. I think I'm going to take the wound one. Actually, no, I think the movement one will help us progress a bit further, faster. And the common one is Norowas' motivation skill, so that could be one to take. For advanced action, I think I'm going to take ambush. I mean, there would be a synergy with I feel no pain and blood of ancients, but that also costs some mana. So I think ambush is gonna be the one I take. These advance, and the new one we get is dodge and weave. So that's quite a good card. We are drawing up to our hand limit, which is 5. So 2, 3, 4, and 5, and one of those is ambush, and then we have stamina and cold toughness. The dummy player gets to go as 1, 2, and 3. That's a blue, so they get 2 more, 1 and 2. Back over to us, and I think we're definitely going to explore here. So I think we can use, let's play stamina for move 4. We'll explore this tile first, and it is tile number 14. So that's move 2 that we've done. We have a maze, a keep, and a village, and then a deep crystal mine. We also have this still available, so that's another, we still have 2 move available plus this 2. So we could actually go and get quite far up towards the keep and the maze, or we could go towards either the village or the deep crystal mine. Yeah, that's so I think it's probably not going to make sense to go into the desert at night, so we'll use the other 2 points from stamina to move there. We can flip this for another move 2, and then we can play, let's play March for move 2, to move into the village. And so that would have been 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we had 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we get one more move, we can explore another tile, but I think I'm okay leaving it there for now and see what we get on what this last card is, and then we'll also have this move available as well. So yeah, let's leave it there. This gets re-rolled, it's a gold, and we draw back up to our hand limit, which is 5, but we only have 1 left, and it's March, so quite a bit of movement in hand here. Okay, so this gets flipped. The dummy player's going, they're going to declare end of round on the next turn, and I think for us, we could explore here, and we could also try and get to the maze, and reveal what's in the keep here, and then we wouldn't be attacking across the wall. I think first let's flip this to explore this tile. Just move these, create a bit more space, and it is tile number 9. So we have a mage tower and a keep and a dungeon. So we'll get the keep and then the dungeon as well. So that's our move 2 completed. And as much as I hate to do it, I think I might just discard these cards and stay in the village for next turn, and then hopefully, depending on our hand, we can plunder the village and move in here and maybe go for a spell if we have the movement, or else take on the keep. I don't think I want to try and get over here. Like, this would be 2 and then another 4, so another 6 points of movement. I mean, I could get 6 with those, but then I would be left with cold toughness and swiftness, so we wouldn't really be able to take on the mage tower credibly. So yeah, I'm debating whether to stay on the village and plunder, or move here now, and just be sitting on the maze for the start of the next turn. And I think, maybe it would actually be better to do that, because then we can reveal what's in the keep as well. So let's play that, March for move 4 with the gold, and we move into onto the maze, and we reveal the keep, and it is looks like the thugs. So we would get a +1 reputation if we defeat those, which would negate the attack that we have, and they're not fortified either. So that leaves us with a couple of options. We'll leave it there for this turn and the round, flip that, renew this. This is going to get re-rolled, and it's a white, a black and a gold. So the white stays, and we re-roll the black and the gold, and it is a gold and a red. So red, white and gold in the source for next turn. The unit offer gets refreshed, and the new units we get are shock troops, Udum crossbowmen and magic familiars. The advanced action for the monastery gets renewed, and the new one is decompose. This goes on top of the dummy player's deck, these advance, and the new advanced action is counterattack. They are going to get a red crystal to their inventory. So these advance, we give them 1 red, and the new spell is chill. And then all that's left now is to shuffle up for the dummy player and ourselves. So we can draw up to our hand limit of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the cards we get are March, Threaten, Promise, and Stamina. So a lot of movement and very little attack, which isn't particularly helpful. And we have some influence as well, which we can't actually use where we are. So I think here, in terms of tactic selection, I think probably want to go with Midnight Meditation and shuffle probably the 2 influence cards, and maybe one of the movement cards back into our hand. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to have to do here. And the dummy player takes Mana Search, so that's out of the game. They are going to go first. So one time we can shuffle up to 5 cards. So we'll choose Promise, Threaten, March, and March, yeah. Back into our D deck and then draw that many cards. So we're drawing back another 3. I really need to try and get some attack if we're going to go for the maze or the keep for that matter. And we get 1, 2, 3, and we have Threaten, Swiftness, and Stamina. So yeah, not the best. Okay, so let's see what we want to do after the dummy player. So they go 1, 2, 3. It's a white. They don't have any white, so it's over to us. So given the hand we've drawn, I don't think we're going to be able to go into the maze this turn. So what I'm thinking is we go for the keep. So we can play that for move 2. We lose 1 on the reputation track. We can use the Foresters for a block of 3. And then, yeah, let's do that. And then we can play Swiftness with the white from the source for ranged attack 3. And then Threatens. Do we want to keep that? Let's play Stamina sideways for 4. And the other Stamina, I probably want to keep a move card here. And we do have another influence card with Promise, so let's play that sideways for 5. So we get, we defeat those, we get +1 reputation and 2 fame. So not the best. We get 1 shield token on our keep, so we're drawing 1 extra in our hand limit. We get a blue for the source, and drawing back up to 5 + 1 is 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we get Promise, Tranquility, Ambush, Mana Draw, and Rage. Dummy player 1, 2, 3. It's a red. They get 1 more. It's back over to us. And I think here we can play Stamina for move 4. So we'll explore there and here. And we get tile number 7. So this is going that way. And we're right next to a dungeon. There is another monastery. So we get Mountain Lore. We are also having a marauding orc face up. And there is a magical glade there as well. So that's 2 of our movement. And then we can use another 2 here. And this is tile number 12. So we're right next to a refugee camp and another maze. There is another orc, which goes face up, and another monastery. And we get Blood Ritual. Okay, so do we want to do anything else here? I'm tempted to move into that dungeon and then potentially attack it on the next turn. So we could play alternatively, we could also go with Promise for Influence 2. No, we're not going to be able to recruit, I don't think. So let's, so we spent those 4. We can go for, it's quite a tricky path coming up this way. So I think what we're probably looking at here is heading up this way to try and explore our next tile up there. So let's go with, we have a red in the source for next turn. We probably want to keep ambush if we're going into the dungeon. Let's play that sideways for 1, and let's play Tranquility sideways also for 1. And we'll move there. So we're still next to our keep. We're drawing up to 6, so we have 3 in hand. That is a green. And we get 3 more cards, so 1. Although we could have kept Tranquility and used this skill for move 1 along with our Promise sideways for move 1 to move 2 instead. Yeah, let's do that. So that skill would have been flipped. And then we get 2 more cards, so 1, 2. And we get Swiftness and Cold Toughness. Dummy player, 1, 2, 3. It's a blue, so they get 2 more, 1 and 2. And here I'm thinking the dungeon is probably what we want to go for. But yeah, as our action then we can enter the dungeon. So we're getting a brown enemy and we get him. So cold fire attack. He is elusive and has arcane immunity. So I don't think we're going to be able to block this given what we have in this source. So I think we're going to take 2 wounds to hand. So 2 wounds, and then I think I'm going to so we need 8 damage here. So we can play green, power that for move 4, but I'm mainly using that for add +2 to your first attack card of any type. So I will play Rage, power it with red from the source for 4. +2 is 6, and then Cold Toughness is attack 2, which is 8. So we have enough to take this guy out. And yeah, like we don't have a blue available, so we couldn't have used block 5 +1 for each ability or color of attack depicted. So we would have had a block 6 had we had a blue available, and then we would have needed 2 more blocks from somewhere. But yeah, I think this is the only way we can do it. So let's so we defeat him and we get 4 fame. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We level up at the end of this turn. We also need to, first of all, we can play Tranquility or hold on to it. I think we'll hold on to it and then potentially use the green in the source next turn to heal these 2 wounds. Do we want to keep mana draw and swiftness? Probably yes. So we'll keep those. We will re-roll this. It is a black and green goes away, and then we can claim our rewards. So we roll a die, and a gold or a black is a spell, anything else is an artifact, and it's a blue, so we're getting an artifact, and the choices are Tomb of all spells. So discard a card of any color, use the basic effect of a spell of the same color from the spell's offer without paying its mana cost. And then Amulet of the Sun, gain a gold mana token if played during the night. Forests have their move cost reduced to 3. You can use gold mana, and you reveal garrisons of nearby fortified sites and all ruins as if it were day. The stronger effect of Tomb of all spells, discard a card of any color, use the stronger effect of a spell of the same color from the spell's offer without paying its mana cost. You may do so even during the day. That's quite a nice card, actually. I think I'm going to take Tomb of all spells. let's go with that. So that goes on top of our deck. We have 5 cards in hand, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're drawing up to our hand limit. Well, first let's level up. We draw up to our hand limit, which is 6. So we get Tomb of All Spells, as we expected. And that is all for this turn. So the dummy player goes 1, 2, and 3. It's a red, so they get 1 more. And then it's back to us. And I think here we can play Tranquility to heal these 2. And then I think I'm going to leave it there, because next turn well, we can move onto that magical glade and hopefully take out the orc as well. So we can only have 1 move. I mean, it's going to be a 5 move to move onto the magical glade, but I think that's probably our only real option here. We could go onto the refugee camp, but I think we've used our influence cards, and then we would have to get over this wall and past that orc, and then there's another wall on the other side as well. So that's a lot of movement as well. Whereas we can head up this way and keep trying to explore up that direction. So I think, yeah, let's leave that. So we'll re-roll it, and it's a red, and we draw back up another 3. So 1, 2, 3, and it's March, Instinct, and Crystallize. Dummy player, they're going to declare end of round on the next turn. It's back to us. And I think here, actually, instead of going for this glade, I think I can use Tomb of All Spells for the basic effect. Discard a card of any color. And I think I'll discard the March and use the basic effect of Underground Travel to move up to 3 revealed spaces on the map. We can't move through swamps or lakes. And we must end on a safe space, and we don't provoke rampaging enemies. And I think I'll use that to move 1, 2, 3 over to this monastery. And yeah, that's what we can do with that. And then we can play Crystallize with a red, and we get a red into our inventory. And then we can also use, I'm tempted to use Swiftness here for move 2, and then potentially we can explore, but I think we can wait until the next turn because we only have 2 cards left, and we'll draw up to 5. So let's do that. And it's a green, and we draw back up, and we have Concentration and Rage. So dummy player declares end of round, and here I think we will use our skill for move 1. So I think here we can use Instinct with the red in our inventory for move 4, so we can explore there and there. So let's get this one out here. And there is a village and a rampaging orc. It's tile number 1. The orc is right next to us. So we will just move this up slightly. The orc we get is this guy. So Swiftness, physical attack of 3, and he has an armor of 4. And then we can explore here as well for the first core tile. So that's using our move 4, and it's the White City. And we are right in the face of a lake. There is a keep as well, which goes face down. We have a Draconum, which face up, and the White City is 1 grey and 2 whites. So 1 grey and 2 white. And they're going to have armor +1. So we'll put that there. And move this over slightly. Okay, so that's our movement done. So when I saw this orc come out, I was tempted to just attack this because we could use ranged attack on this. But if we're going to have to move up this direction, which will provoke him if we move there, this guy. So what I think I probably do here is I will play, let's engage this guy in combat. So he's going to do 3 physical attack. I can block it with it Rage for block 2 and Mana Draw Sideways for block 1. And then we can play, so he's fully blocked. And then in the attack phase, we can play Concentration with the green from the source to play Swiftness for a ranged attack of 5. Of course, he's fortified, so because of the wall between us. So we defeat that guy. Again, +1 on the reputation track and +3 fame, 1, 2, 3. Fortunately, not enough to level up, but we do have our first core tile on the board, which should be good for the unit offer. We will tidy these up, and that is the end of the round. Refresh that, flip this. We are ending on a monastery, so that's an option to burn down next turn, or we can go straight for this keep, which might be the better play. But yeah, let's see how we go. The source is getting re-rolled, and we get a blue, a red, and a black. The 3 in the advanced actions for monasteries disappear, and we get 3 new ones, which are Chilling Stare, Diplomacy, and Ice Bolt. So those are the 3. Just move this slightly. The unit offer is getting refreshed, and we do have the new gold units. So the elites are coming in, and we get Ultim Mages, Herbalists, and Ultim Guardians. So those are the 3 in the unit offer. And then the advanced actions, they get Frostbridge and these advance. And the new one we get is Heroic Tale. And they're going to get a blue mana token onto their inventory. These advance, and the new spell is Mist Form. Okay, so all that's left then is to shuffle up, and we can go on to the next round. So we can draw up to our hand limit of 5, and we get 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we get 2 Mavol spells, Rage, March, Instinct, and Swiftness. And then in terms of tactics, I think I'm going to go for planning here. And the dummy player takes Mana Steal, so they are still first. So we will keep planning to remind us. And then we can go on and start the dummy player's turn. So 1, 2, 3. It's a green, they get 1 more. And so I think here, if we take out this guy, it will allow us to level up, and then we can potentially either burn down the monastery or go for the keep. As our hand stands at the moment, we don't have, probably don't have enough to try and burn the monastery down in this turn. So what I think I'll do is I'll engage this guy in combat. Oh, he has Swiftness, so we have to block for 6. We can take a wound, I think, for this. So we'll take 1 wound. And I think let's, so he's done his attack. We need an attack of 4. And I think we can use Rage with the red from the source for an attack of 4. Do I want to try and block him though? That's a question. We could block for 3 with there, and then Instinct and potentially March Sideways for a block of 6, which would save us a wound. We'd still have 2 cards left in hand, but the thing with the Foresters, they could help us, really help us get into that swamp. 4, it would give us 2 movement as well. We already have 2 there, so I think I'll use block 3 to block that, and then block 2 from Instinct and 1 from March Sideways, and then power this for an attack of 4. That gets us +1 reputation and +3 fame, so we level up. We're keeping these 2. These get re-rolled, and it's a red. So that's, we level up and we get motivation, and I think that's cold swordsmanship. I think I'll take the motivation. And the next one for Norowas is his influence, I think. So that's that. We also get an advanced action. I think I'm going to take counterattack. That's quite a strong card, so I think I'll take that. We do have 3, or we don't have this wound anymore, apologies. And then we draw up to 6, which is our hand limit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we get stamina, mana draw, counterattack, and promise. The dummy player then is 1, 2, and 3. And it's a blue, so they're getting another 3. So they're moving quite fast here. 1, 2, 3. And then we back to our turn. And I think here we can play our motivation for a blue crystal or token and 2 cards. And the cards we get are Cold Toughness and Ambush. And I think I'm going to try and burn down the monastery. So we lose 3. 1, 2, 3. And sorry, I never refreshed the advanced action offer, and its maximal effect is the card we get. So we are burning down the monastery. That is a purple enemy. So the one we get is the one we didn't want at all. He's ice resistant, so we can't use our artifact to play chill, which is in the spell offer, unfortunately. So we're gonna have to, that goes away. We're gonna have to block him because he's paralyzed as well, and he's coming in with ice attack. So how do we want to do this then? I think we can play Cold Toughness, use the blue that we got from motivation. That will give us a ice block 5 +1 for each ability or color. So he has 1 color, 1 ability. That's 2, so that's a block of 7, which is more than enough given it's inefficient block because it's ice block. So all we need is 4. So we have enough to block him, so he's fully blocked. And then we can play counterattack with the red from the source, which will give us 4 plus attack 3 for each enemy blocked this turn. So we have 7 attack there. And then we can play Promise Sideways for 8, which is enough to defeat him because he's physically resistant. So he's defeated. We get +5 fame. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He goes away and we get our reward, which is an artifact. Is there anything else we want to do this turn first? I don't think so. So let's leave it there. We will re-roll this. It's a white. The blue goes away. And then we get an artifact. So the choices are Banner of Command and Druidic Staff. So Banner of Command gives us influence 4. If you recruited a unit this turn, you may assign this card to it instead of a command token. Put this card face down over the unit when it is spent and return it face up under it whenever it is ready. And then the stronger effect, gain fame +2, recruit any 1 unit from the unit's offer for free. If you're at your command limit, you must disband 1 of your units first. And then Druidic Staff, discard a card. Depending on its color, you get white, move up to 2 revealed spaces to a safe space. Blue, get 2 crystals of any 1 color. Red, ready a level 3 unit or lower. And green, heal 3. And then the stronger effect is choose 2 of the options above without discarding any cards. So I think I'm going to go for Banner of Command here. That could be quite powerful. And then that goes on top of our deck. We are drawing up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We get 1 more. It's of course going to be Banner of Command. Dummy player's turn. 1, 2, 3. Another 3 off the top. So they're going extremely fast here. So we need to get a move on, I think. Okay, so I think here we can play Stamina for move 4 with the blue from the source, which will get us, that is going to cost us 5 to get into that swamp. So we can play that for move 6. Do we want to play any more now? So let's move there. We'll reveal what's in the keep, and it is okay. So they're swift, 4 physical attack and 4 armor. So that would be good to get them. So we need 1 more movement to be able to explore another tile there. Okay, so do we want to play any of these sideways? Let's tempted to play Tomb of All Spells sideways here. We should have a shield on that monastery, and then I think I'm going to use Banner of Command here and actually break it to pick up the Ultimate Mages for free, and because we have a free command token as well, so it makes sense to do that. So I'm definitely not using that sideways. Ambush could be quite useful against those that keep in getting us in there. So I don't want to use that either. Don't want to use mana draw. So I think I'll leave it. We'll just break Banner of Command, recruit the Ultimate Mages, and get Fame +2. So we're almost at another level up, which would get us to 6 hand limit. So I'd really like to get up to 6 hand limit before the end of the turn. So hopefully we can generate enough movement to get into that keep and destroy that. We still have a lot of cards to get through here. So yeah, let's leave it there. And this flips, this goes away. This gets re-rolled, and it is a green. And we are drawing up to our hand limit +1, which is 5 + 1 is 6. So we get 2 more. And the cards we get are Crystallize and Concentration. Dummy player then, they go 1 and 2. So they're going to declare end of round on the next turn. And we have a total cost of 4 to get into that keep. And I think we can... Okay, so let's first of all play Mana Draw. So we're going to use the basic effect, use 1 additional mana die from the source this turn. And I'm going to play Concentration with the green. And I'm going to use that for Ambush. So that's going to give us move 6, which I'm going to use 2 there. And then I'm going to assault the keep. So we can explore this, and it is the red city. And we have Ruins, which goes face up because it's the day. So that's a green and a brown enemy for an artifact. We have 2 Draconum. So 1 and 2. And this goes face up, and this also goes face up. And then we have the red city as well, which is going to be a brown, purple, and 2 whites. 1 and 2. And of course, those are going to, any physical attack for those are going to be brutal as well. So, okay, so that goes there. And then we still have 4 movement left, which is enough to get us into the keep. So we're assaulting a fortified site. This decreases our reputation by -1. I think I will... Let's play Tomb of All Spells, discard a card of any color, use the basic effect of a spell of the same color in the spells offer without paying its mana cost. I'll discard Crystallize, which allows us to use Chill. Target enemy does not attack this combat. And then I can play Swiftness with... Ooh, that's only going to give us... Oh, yes, sorry. So Swiftness with the white is going to give us 3 +2 for the first attack card of any type we play this turn. So that's going to give us 5 ranged attack, which is enough to take out these guys. So that's going to give us +3, 1, 2, 3. This goes over here, and we are getting a level up. So these 2 get re-rolled. It's a white, or a red and a gold, sorry. We have no cards left in hand. We are leveling up, and our hand limit increases to 6. We also get a token there. So we now have 2 keeps. So our hand limit is 6 + 2 is 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we get Swiftness, Tranquility, March, Threaten, Rage, and Stamina. And of course, we also reveal what's in the White City because we're adjacent. And it is, so he has 5 physical attack. He's also fortified, doubly fortified, and has all 3 resistances. So quite a nasty opponent. We have 6 physical attack and 5 armor, and then 6 fire attack, brutal, and 6 armor with ice resistance, and all of those have +1 armor because they're in the White City. So quite nasty, nasty array. So Norowas declares end of round, and it's back over to us. And I think here we're kind of in a tricky situation because I don't think we're going to have enough to go into the city this turn. And then this guy is elusive with Swiftness, so we have no fire block. So we would need effectively 16 block because we would need 8 plus double it for the Swiftness. So we would need 16 block. He would only do 4 damage though, so that would be 2 wounds. And we could actually absorb one of those. Actually, both. So we wouldn't take any wounds, but then we would need to come up with 14 attack. So we could get 5 there. We could get probably 4 there, or 3 there. So that would be 10 in total. 11, 12, 13, 14. So it's possible that we could actually just take on this Draconum here with our last turn, given we can't really do anything else. So I think we will do that. So let's take on the Draconum. He's going to do 4 ice attack, and it's swift. So if we want to block that, we would need double for the swiftness, so 8. And because we have no fire block, we would need inefficient block, so we would need 16 block. We're never going to get that. He is doing 4 ice attack though, and these are ice resistant with an armor of 5. So we can use the Ultim Mages to absorb that damage, so they don't take a wound, and then we can use their cold fire attack of 5 plus our swiftness with the gold for 3. So that's 5 plus 3 is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So because we didn't block him, we have to use the elusive number, so 14. So that's him gone. We get +2 reputation and 7 fame. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Unfortunately, not enough to level up, but yeah, that's fine. It gets him out of the way for whenever we want to go onto the Red City. So that's the end of the round. This gets refreshed. We then re-roll the source for the next round. 2 whites and a gold. And we are still on our keep. These get replaced. And the new ones are Firebolt, Peaceful Moment, and Explosive Bolt. The units are getting replaced as well. And we have 1. So the first elite is the Fire Mages. The first regular is Scouts. And then we have the Ultim Guardians as well. So none of which can be recruited in a keep, which is unfortunate for us. And sorry, we should only have 2 advanced actions because we burned one of the monasteries down, so we'll put that one away. They get Dodge and Weave. These advance, and the new one we get is Regeneration. And then the spells, they're getting a green crystal to their inventory. And these advance, and the new spell is Wings of Wind. So I'm a little concerned because we don't actually have any spells in hand, I don't think. So taking down this garrison is going to be quite difficult, but let's see. So all that's left now, then we just shuffle up. Okay, so we can draw up to our hand limit, which is 6 plus 2 for our 2 keeps, so 8. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we get ambush, march, cold toughness, rage, tranquility, stamina, swiftness, and crystallize. So in terms of tactics, I think I'll probably take preparation. And I'm going to search the deck for Tomb of All Spells, and I think I might want to actually break that this turn. We're really short on actually having spells, but if we can use Tomb of All Spells for the stronger effect of Wings of Night, we can actually stop all 3 from attacking this turn. So I think that might be the best play here. So they're going to take number 3, which is already gone. Number 2, so Long Night's gone. They're going to go first again, and then we can start the round, I think. So they're going to go 1, 2, and 3. It's a red, so they get 1 more. And I think here we're going to let's play Tranquility to draw a card. And we get stamina for another move 2 or 4 if we want it. So not particularly helpful. We can play motivation for a blue and 2 cards. So we'll take a blue and 2 more cards. So 1, 2, and we get swiftness and counterattack. So let's play ambush for move 2. To move into the city. So that's a sieging a fortified site. We go -1. These are all attacking, and we get +1 to the first attack card of any type, or +2 to the first block card of any type. So we can break Tomb of All Spells, discard a card of any color. We will discard, let's discard swiftness. Use the stronger effect of a spell of the same color in the spell's offer without paying its mana cost, even during the day. Well, it's at night, so we're going to use the stronger effect of Wings of Wind. So the target enemy does not attack this combat. We may target additional enemies by paying additional move costs. So we need 3 movement to target these 2 enemies. So we will play stamina and then use that for 3 movements. So none of those are attacking. We are going then to use the Ultimate Mages for Cold Fire attack of 5. We can pay a blue to increase it to 7, so they are doing Cold Fire attack of 7. We can play counterattack for attack 2, +1 to our first attack card of any type, and +2 for each enemy blocked this turn. So we didn't actually block any. So we're just getting 7 plus 2 plus 1. So that's 10. We can play swiftness for another 3. So that's 13. These all have armor increased by 1. So this is going to be 7 plus 6 is 13. So that's those 2 taken out. I don't think we're going to have enough to take out that guy. We would need 14, and we just don't have it. So maybe the play might be to save counterattack and instead use swiftness. So 3 plus 1 is 4, plus 7 is 11, plus rage for 2 is 13, and then we can save counterattack for the next turn. And yeah, that's probably what we're going to do here. So we'll take out these 2. This guy remains. So just to recap, we broke the Tomb of All Spells. We first of all, we entered with ambush for move 2. Then we used stamina plus our skill for 3 to prevent all 3 enemies from attacking. Then we used the Ultimate Mages and used the blue mana token we had for motivation to get a Cold Fire attack of 7. which we used along with our swiftness with the white from the source to get 3 plus 1 is 4. So that's 11 in total. And then the rage was an attack of 2 as well. So that's 13. This has an armor of 7 and this has an armor of 6. So that's a total of 13. This goes back to the city. We get 2 shield tokens on the city. This goes back into the offer and these go away. So we re-roll this and it is another white. So we are discarding that. The ultimate mages have been used, unfortunately. We are getting 7 plus 4 is 11 here. Would it have been better to use 14 on this guy instead? Probably not, because this is fire attack. So yeah, let's leave it at that. 11. We're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We do level up once. Those go over there. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we get a new skill and a new advanced action, and the skills we have to choose from are what's this one called? I don't give a damn is this one, and then this one is night sharpshooting. So once a turn, ranged attack 1 during the day or ranged attack 2 at night. And then this is once a turn, 1 card played sideways gives you +2 instead of +1. If it's an advanced action spell or artifact, it gives +3 instead. I think I'm going to go for the attack one. That goes there. Norowas gets his skill. And that one is called, let's see, yeah, it's his cooperative skill. So calming the weather. It's a movement skill, so I don't really want that one. Now we get an advanced action. I'm thinking, should I have gone for his motivation skill? But I think we're going to have enough card draw here because we'll be in our keep. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8. So yeah, let's leave that. We'll take maximal effect here, I think. When we play this, throw away an action card, use the basic effect of that card 3 times. So we'll use that, and then we will draw up to our limit after refreshing the advanced actions, and it is pure magic. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are on a keep. Our hand limit is 6 plus 2 is 8. So we get 3 more, 1, 2, and 3. And it is instinct, promise, and maximal effect. Dummy player goes, it's 1, 2, and 3. It's a red, 1 more. Apologies, these should be gone. This was discarded, this was broken. And then it's back over to us. And I think given our hand, we're not going to have enough to take him out because he's going to be, don't forget, 7 plus 1. So we're going to need 16 points of damage here. So I think here we'll play Crystallize, use the white in the source to get a white crystal into our hand. And I think we'll probably want to, let's discard Promise. And I think probably want to discard one of our movement cards as well. So let's discard Stamina. That'll do it for this turn. So we get a black, which isn't helpful given our lack of spells. This should be renewed actually. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we get Threaten, Rage, and Mana Draw. Dummy player then is 1, 2, and 3. It's a green, so they get 2 more, 1 and 2. Back over to us. And I think here we're going to go for the city. So we'll play March for move 2. That loses us another reputation. This is attacking for 5. We can use our Foresters for block 3 and our Cold Toughness for block 2. So he's fully blocked. Or for block 3 as well, actually. And that's only physical attack, so that's efficient. So that's block 5. And then we need to come up with 16 points of attack. And I think I'll play Mana Draw. Use the white in the source take the gold and change it to red, and that will give us 2 red crystals. And we are going to use one of those on rage counter attack for attack 4 plus 3 for each enemy blocked this turn, which is 1, so that's an attack of 7. We're going to use the second on this rage for an attack of 4, so that's 11, attack 2, 13, attack 2, 15, and we'll play maximal effect sideways for an attack of 16. So we take out this guy. So just to recap, we played March for move 2, moved into the city, lost a reputation. We blocked for 3, plus 3 is 6, so he's fully blocked. We played counterattack, the stronger effect, after getting the using mana draw to get 2 red crystals. We got 4, plus 3 is 7, plus 4 for rage is 11, plus 2 for instinct, 13, plus 2 for our skill, 15, and then maximal effect sideways is 16. So we defeat that guy, and that's 8 fame. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we're up to 51. We level up again. That goes over there. We get another shield token. These, the red is not getting re-rolled, the white is, and it's a blue. These go away. And we now clear up these. We did not use our threaten. We use the rest of our cards. Those go there. We refresh that. It's a once a turn skill. We are leveling up. So we get another command token, and we have 1, 2, 3, and we get March and Concentration. And yeah, that is all for our turn. So the dummy player goes, it's 1, 2, and 3. It's a red, 1 more. And then it's over to us. And I think here, I think we're just short of being able to recruit the Ultim Guardians because we're -1, so we would need 12 influence, less 3 is 9. We do have a red, so that would be 4, but we only have these 2 cards, and we have no green in the source, so we're not going to be able to get the Ultim Guardians, but we can just recruit the Scouts, which can be recruited in a city. We have 2 command tokens, so let's do that. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, less 1 is 4, so we have enough to get the Scouts. And I think that will do it for this turn. Yeah, there's no point in doing anything else. We'll stay in the city in case something attractive comes out in the unit offer for next turn. This gets renewed. These all get refreshed and readied. And yeah, then we can look at a face down token within 3 spaces with the Scouts, but there's no point. So we are ending the round. These go away. We're getting 2 new ones, and we get Mana Storm and Intimidate. Then we re-roll the source, and we have green, green, and black. So that's legitimate. The unit offer gets renewed, and the elites unit we get is sorcerers, which can't be recruited in a city, the Ultim Guardians, and the heroes, so they can be recruited in the city. And then we refresh the advanced actions, so they get heroic tail, these advance, and the new one is Power of Crystals, and they're getting a blue to their inventory. And the new spell is Cure. And then all we have to do now is shuffle up. So we can draw up to our hand limit, which is 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus the 2 for being in the city, 7, 8. And we get Instinct, Concentration, Promise, Maximal Effect, Swiftness, Cold Toughness, Crystallize, and another Swiftness. And our tactics choices are either the Right Moment or Early Bird. I'm going to take Early Bird, so we can go first this turn. The dummy player then is second. And I think here I can try and recruit the heroes. So let's play concentration with a green from the source and use that to power instinct for influence of 6. Then we can play 7, 8, 9 and promise for 2 is 11. These do cost 9, but our reputation bonus is -1 and it's doubled for the hero, so it's actually -2, so it's going to cost 11. So yeah, we get those, and that is all we want to do this turn. So this gets re-rolled. It's a gold, and we are drawing up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 more, 1, 2 and 3, and we get threaten, march and stamina. Dummy player 1, 2, 3. It's a blue, so they're getting 4 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and no blues in there, unfortunately. Back over to us. So I think here we can play threaten for influence 2 to put another elite unit in the offer, and it is the Ultim Guardians. So they have a cost of 11 plus 1, which would be 12. So I don't think we're going to have enough influence to actually recruit them, unfortunately. So I probably should have done that on the last turn instead of going straight for the heroes. But okay. Now we can, I think we probably want to start moving towards this city, so trying to get there. So let's play March for move 4 with the green from the source. We can play Stamina for move 2 is 6, and use our Foresters for move 2, which is 8. So we get 4 and 4 is 8. So we reveal what's in the city, and it is, okay, so we have 4 physical attack, which will be brutal. It's also poisonous, assassination and swift, so quite nasty. 3 fire attack, brutal, fire resistance and physical resistance. And then we have a cumbersome with 8 fire attack, doubly fortified and 7 armor, and a cumbersome with 9 ice attack, doubly fortified and 6 armor as well. Okay, so we can probably try and take out this guy, but I think we're going to have to wait until the next turn to do that. So let's leave it there. We have, yeah, we'll leave it there. This gets re-rolled. It's a green, so that goes into the source. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're drawing up to our hand limit, which is 6 plus 2 for the keeps, so 8. So 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we get Rage, Ambush, and March. Dummy player then, 1, 2, and 3. It's a white, so they don't draw anymore. Back to us. And I think here we can take on this guy. So engage him in combat. We can use our Ultim Mages for cold fire block of 5, which is efficient. So we need 1 more or 2 for 2 inefficient block. And we can use our cold toughness for 3. So that's enough to block him fully. Then we can use the gold from the source for the heroes. We don't have to pay the influence because we're not assaulting a fortified site. So cold fire attack of 6, which is efficient. So we need 1 more or 2 more points of inefficient attack, and we can use rage for that, which takes him out fully. So that's 8 fame plus 2 reputation. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So up to 59. Do we want to discard any of these? I don't think so. So we'll keep those. This goes there. We do not level up, unfortunately. This gets re-rolled and it's a red. That's been used. This has been used. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we get mana draw and counter attack. Dummy player then, 1, 2, and 3. It's a white. They don't go again. Back over to us. And I think here we can use this for move 2. And also our march for move 2, which moves us there. We can engage this guy in combat and use our swiftness with our white inventory crystal from the inventory for ranged attack 3, which takes him out fully. So that's +1 reputation and +2 fame, so still not quite leveling up. So that's that. This goes away. We didn't use any dice from the source. Do we want to use anything red or green? So there's not really much there for us. Okay, so that will do that for that turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we get rage and stamina. Dummy player, 1, 2, 3. It's a blue, so they get another, wow, 4 now. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're going to declare end of round on the next turn. Ooh, okay. That might change our plans a bit. And I think here we can use motivation for a blue token. And 2 cards, but we only have 1, and it is tranquility. Okay, so I think we can probably try and go for this artifact here in the ruins. So we could go with mana draw, which allows us to play 2 or use 2 dice from the source this turn. We can play ambush using the green for move 4 plus our move 2 there. So that's enough to get us into the desert. We can enter the ruins and we get a green and a brown enemy token. So 1 green, 1 brown, and we get, okay, so 2 physical attacks, and then he has cold fire attack and arcane immunity. Okay, so that's a tricky. Okay, so I think here we can assign, so this is 4 cold fire attack, so that we can use the ultimate mages to soak up that because they have both fire and ice resistance. So he's not blocked, but he's not giving any wounds. This guy, we can use stamina sideways to block one of his attacks, and I think we'll use tranquility sideways to block a second attack. So he's fully blocked, which means we can use counterattack with the red from the source because we have used mana draw for 2 dice. So we get attack 4 plus attack 3 for each enemy blocked this turn. So that's a total of attack 7. And then we need a total of 12 because he's elusive. So 8 plus 4 is 12. We can use 7. Rage for 2 is 9. This for 1 is 10. This for 1 is 11. And then we can use swiftness sideways, maximal effect sideways for 12. So that's enough to take those 2 out. We can also use crystallize with the blue we had to gain a crystal of any color to our inventory. I think I'm going to gain a red. So that's that, and I think that's everything. We're left with swiftness in hand. And yeah, that's all we can do. So we'll recap. We moved into the desert using our skill and our ambush. And actually, because we used the stronger effect of ambush, we could have... So we moved 4 plus 2 is 6. We got +2 to the first attack card of any type. So I forgot about that. So let's reverse here a minute. We drew these. We blocked with those 2. So those 2 attacks are blocked. This was soaked up by the ultimate mages. We used stronger effective counterattack for 4 plus 3 is 7, plus 2 is 9. And then we could have used rage for 10, 11. And instead of using the scouts, we could have used just our skill for an attack of 1. So that's 12. So yeah, we saved these 2 and the scouts. Okay, so that is that. We discard that. These get re-rolled. And it is a blue and a white. These go away. Both of those defeated. These go there. We get 4 plus 2 is 6 fame for that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We level up. And we also get an artifact as our reward. So first of all, let's do this level up. So we get the skill, and it is, this one is called Who Needs Magic? And then this one is Resistance Break. So this gives, once a turn, choose an enemy token. It gets armor -1 for each resistance it has. So that could be very useful for that guy and that guy. And given we don't have any ice attack, we're not gonna, yeah, I think we have to take this one. So that's goes into there, and the common skill is, yeah, that's the recruitment one for Norowas. We also get an advanced action, so we have a choice: regeneration, pure magic, or power of crystals. And for this, I think we'll go for power of crystals. We don't have a lot of crystals, so let's do that. And then we also get our artifact as a reward. And we have a choice between Soul Harvester, attack 3 for 1 enemy defeated by this attack, gain 1 crystal to your inventory. It may be red if the enemy had fire resistance, blue if it had ice resistance, green if it had physical resistance. You may always choose white. Or the stronger effect, attack 8, gain 1 crystal as above for each enemy defeated in the current phase of combat. Or we have the Book of Wisdom, throw away an action card from your hand, gain an advanced action card from the advanced actions offer to your hand that is the same color as the action you threw away. Stronger effect, throw away an action card from your hand, gain a spell from the spells offer to your hand that is the same color as the action you threw away, and a crystal of that color to your inventory. Ooh, that is intriguing. I think I'm going to take Book of Wisdom. We might be able to pick up Wings of Wind here. So yeah, let's do that. That goes on the bottom. The advanced action that we forgot to replenish was Steady Tempo. So that's that. We have 2 cards in hand. We draw up, and it is Book of Wisdom and Power of Crystals. Norowas is going, declares end of round. So we then, I think I'm going to throw away, break Book of Wisdom to throw away Swiftness. Yeah, I think I have to. Blue or green. Let's do that. First of all, we could move 4, so we'll flip that to move 2, use the scouts to move 2, which will move there. And then we should have a shield token there. We break the Book of Wisdom and throw away Swiftness to gain Wings of Wind and a white crystal to our inventory. So that's that. And yeah, that will do it for this turn, I think. So this goes on the bottom, and we are going on to the next round. So we roll them. It's gold, green, and black. So we re-roll the gold and the black, and it is blue and green. These go away. We get 2 more, and they are Ritual Attack and Crushing Bolt. Then the units get refreshed. So basic units and the elite units. So we're getting 2 elites. And we get Delphana Masters, 1 regular Utem Crossbowmen, and 1 Catapults. That's that. They're getting a green card into their dummy player's deck, and the new advanced action is Refreshing Walk. The spell should have been refreshed on the last turn. It's Call to Arms, Call to Glory. They're getting a blue into their inventory, so wow, they're getting 5 blues now. And the next spell is Tremor. Okay, and then we ready our units and our skills. And then we just shuffle up for ourselves and the dummy player. Okay, so we draw up to our hand limit, which is 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we get Tranquility, Maximal Effect, March, Ambush, Power of Crystals, and Stamina. And the tactics we have are From the Dusk or Sparing Power. I'm going to choose Sparing Power, which means they're going to go first here. So we'll swap them around. And they go 1, 2, 3. It's a red, so they get one more. I'm going to Spare Power first, and then I will play March for a move of 4 with the green from the source. That's going to get us next to our keep. I think I'll play Power of Crystals to get a green token. Or, yeah, I have a red there. So let's go with green, because the only other option is blue at the moment. So that's that. And then I think I will leave it there for this turn. So we re-roll this, and it is a blue. So 2 blues and a green. We are drawing up to our hand limit of 6 plus 2 is 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we get Mana Draw, Crystallize, Threaten, and Concentration. Dummy player 1, 2, 3. It's a white, so they don't draw another one. Back over to us. We are going to use Sparing Power. And I think here we can use Crystallize. That should be gone with a blue from the source. Again, a crystal of any color to our inventory. We'll choose a red. I'm going to discard Threaten, and I will keep these cards in hand, I think. So this gets re-rolled. It is a red. That goes back there. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, drawing 2 more, 7, 8. And we get Cold Toughness and Instinct. Dummy player 1, 2, and 3. It's a blue, so they're getting 5 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I think we're gonna have to go for it now. Okay, so we will Spare Power, and then decide what we want to do here. Okay, so I think here we can play. Let's play Tranquility to draw 1 card, and we get Counterattack. I think we can also use Motivation for a blue crystal or a blue token and draw 2 more cards. So we get 1, 2, and we get Promise and Rage. So we don't have the spell. We are going to, let's Spare Power. So we'll take these 3, and we get March, Stamina, and Rage. So really not good. The last 2 cards have the spell that we really want in there. Okay, so now we have all these cards, and we need to decide if we have enough here to go in against these guys. We'll move that. Okay, so let's see. Okay, this is going to be tricky, I think. So we can use our Mana Draw with the white crystal in our inventory. So we will play that there. Use the white crystal to take a mana die from the source and set it to any color except gold. I'm going to take the blue and set it to black and get 2 black tokens. Yeah, we want to do that, and we'll use one of those black tokens to activate the Ultimate Mages and make all of our attacks that we play this combat become siege attacks in addition to any elements they have. And I'm going to use, let's use Concentration with a green from our inventory, along with, I think we can use Rage. So that's siege attack of 6, which will take out this guy. So he's dead before he attacks. We can use the scouts for siege attack. Well, first of all, let's use our skill here to reduce this guy's armor by 2. So that's that. So he's down to 2 armor now. And we can use the scouts for siege attack 1. This for siege attack 2 is 3. And then we need 1 more attack. And sorry, I should have actually, before I did any of this, played March to move 2 into the city, and that decreases our reputation. So we moved into the city. So this guy is down to 2. We've got 1, 2, 3 siege attack. We need 1 more, and I will use Promise sideways, I think. Or actually, no, let's use Cold Tough. Promise sideways for an attack of 1. So that's a siege attack of 4. His armor is 2. He's physically resistant, so he's dead. So that's siege attack done. That's all I think I'm going to do in the siege attack phase. But now these 2 enemies are left. They are both cumbersome. So I can play Stamina with the blue crystal for move 4. And I can use the Foresters for move 2. That's move 6. And then this skill for move... Well, actually, let's use Stamina for move 2. So that's a move of 8 in total, reducing this guy down to 0. So he's been successfully blocked. And then I think here we can use Maximal Effect for using one of the reds in our inventory. We can throw away Instinct. So we're getting the stronger effect of Instinct twice for free. So we get a move of 4 twice. So that's a move of 8. Plus our skill is 1 move at night, which is 9. So he's successfully blocked as well. So 2 successful blocks. These guys were both eliminated before the block phase. And then we can use counterattack using the last red crystal in our inventory for an attack of 4 plus 3 for each enemy blocked. So that's a total attack of 10. We can also use, we could use ambush with a green from the source. Did we use a die already? No, we didn't, because we used mana draw the crystal. So we can use the green there for move 4, which is which would mean actually we didn't need to discard instinct, or we could have, yeah. So let's move 4. I mean, yeah, we could have counted that towards the cumbersome as well. Add +2 to your first attack card of any type. So we'll play Rage for attack 2, +2 is 4. We already have 4 plus 6 is 10, so that's a total of 14. These are not, they don't have any physical resistance, so that's enough to wipe those guys out. So yeah, that's that. So just to recap, we played March, moved in, lost a reputation. We played mana draw using a white from our inventory to get 2 blacks. I think we took a blue die from the source, changed it to black, got 2 blacks. Used one of the blacks for the ultimate mages, so they used and chose all attacks become siege attacks. We used concentration with the green crystal to power Rage for attack of 4 plus 2 is 6, so that's a siege attack of 6, which took out this guy. He's not physically resistant, so he's gone. And then where's this guy? So we applied our skill to reduce his armor by 2, so he's down to 2. We used the scouts for siege attack 1, this for an attack of 2, which became siege attack because of the ultimate mages, so that's a total of 3, and then promise sideways for an attack of 4, which was siege, which is enough inefficient attack to defeat this guy before he attacked. These guys are both cumbersome. We used maximal effect with the red from our inventory to throw away instinct, which got us move 4 twice. So that's a move of 8, which reduced his armor, our attack down to 0. And then we used stamina with the blue from motivation for 4, +2 from stamina here is 6, +2 from the foresters is 8. +1 from our skill is 9, so his attack is reduced to 0, both successfully blocked. And then we used counter attack with a red from our inventory for an attack of 4 +3 for each successful block, which is 2, so that's a total attack of 10. We used a green from the source to play ambush, which was another move 4, and added +2 to our rage, which was 14, so a total of 14 physical attack, and that was enough to kill them. We still had the heroes left. We could have used them for an attack or block of 5. So yeah, that was brilliant. The last 2 cards in our deck were Swiftness and Wings of Wind, so that would have been good. Like, target enemy does not attack this combat. You may target additional enemies by paying move points. We had plenty of move in that, so I think we could have stopped all 4 of those attacks, and then maybe used the Ultimate Mages for some attack, or yeah, there was plenty of other options we could have used. So yeah, that's going to do it. I will tidy this up and then we can come back for scoring. Okay, so for those last 4 enemies, we got 7 plus 7 is 14, plus 5 plus 5 is 10, so 24. We ended on 67, 77, 87. We go up to 91. We could have taken another turn, actually. So let's see if we wanted to do that. We had, I think, Swiftness and the Wings of Wind in hand. So we could have, there's probably not much we could have done there. We didn't have 12 influence. We could have used that for influence 5, 6, 7. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 we would have had. Which we could have used to recruit. Actually, yeah, let's do that. So we could have used heroes for influence of 5, and that would have got us reputation +1 if used during interaction. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So just short on getting the Delphana Masters, but we could have got the catapults, which we would use to replace, I guess, the Foresters. So yeah, let's do that. So yeah, that's that. So we can go on then to scoring. So we got, that would have been a level up as well, but it doesn't really matter. So scoring then, so we had +2 for each spell. So we had 1 spell, that's 1, 2. +1 for each advanced action card. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 by the end. So 1, 2, 3, 4. +2 for each artifact. We had none left. Crystals, none left. Units, so 3 plus 4 is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 97, 108. And then for each site, so we had, where were we? We had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So we had 10 points for that. So that's 118, 118. We did the adventure sites there. We had no wounds. And then we had +10 per conquered city. That's another 20. So 1, 2, plus 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Then we had +15 if all cities were conquered. That goes to there, 33. Then +10, that doesn't count. +30 for each unplayed round. There were none. +1 for each card in the dummy player's deck. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we go up to 39. And then +5 if the end of the round was not declared. It wasn't, so we go up to 44. So we had 120, 30, 40, 50, 60, 164. Okay, so an okay score. Yeah, that was really enjoyable. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Again, let me know if the audio was improved on this with the new mic, and also any comments you have in the comments section. Leave them there. I will get back to you, and always appreciate the comments that people have and the feedback you guys give. So yeah, that's going to do it for today. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope you can join again next time. Thank you.